So how do you change the world? It's a pretty heady topic for somebody to take on a short video like this. But my own philosophy is pretty simple. I think that we tend to overcomplicate things, overthink things to the degree where we easily become stymied. Even in simple tasks sometimes. What should be a simple task ends up involving so much thought and so much planning and plotting out and contemplation that the actual action is far, far, far down the road, much further than it needs to be, where you could just actually do it. It's true with all kinds of things. It's true with training. It's true with exercising and getting in shape, and New Year's resolutions and just self-improvement, and just over and over. It's true with a lot of things. It's just human nature. We're kind of programmed that way. We're programmed, I believe, to the degree, I don't know if it's by design or it just comes out to be that way, sign of the times, whatever have you, that we need Big Brother to kind of solve everything for us, or to offer us alternatives and suggest solutions to situations and problems and ills that plague our society, where it's just common sense stuff. It's just common sense stuff. I'll give you a quick example. So we took a ball, and we placed that ball in the middle of the floor as you come into the gym. We put it right as an obstruction almost on the floor in front of the counter, where you'd have to, maneuver around it, where it would be an awkward position, right? Somebody could slip on that, somebody could trip on it, somebody could fall over it. That's kind of not the safest thing to do, or most responsible thing to do, correct? It's kind of creating a liability situation there, all right? Well, I could see that and say, that ball doesn't belong there in the middle of the floor. It's not safe. And the guy at the counter, we could be having a discussion, and he could agree with me wholeheartedly. Yeah, it's not safe. That ball doesn't belong in the middle of the floor. Absolutely not. And we could get a petition, and we could get everybody to sign it that agrees that that ball doesn't belong in the middle of the floor there. That ball's a trip hazard. It's just not safe there. It shouldn't be there. We can vote. We could, like I said, take up a petition. We could make up signs and stand around and protest that ball being in the middle of the floor right in front of the counter where somebody can trip over it very easily. We could light something on fire, or we could burn an effigy, or we could tear shit up and scream and holler and carry on and get into fistfights with people who believe it should just stay there in the middle of the floor. It's not bothering anybody. But are we solving anything? All distraction is feeding into it. You're not solving anything. You're not changing anything. All that noise, all that racket, all that social unrest, you're changing something? You're not changing a damn thing. What you're doing, once again, is you're just making enough noise trying to raise public awareness. You're making enough noise. You're trying to draw the attention of the morons, in many cases, not all, that we voted into office, who also have their own agendas, frequently contrary to what we would like them to do. They'll say whatever they have to say to get in there, and you vote them in there. So you're trying to attract their attention to where they will be moved to do something about it. You're asking the next man to do something you can fix yourself. Does that sound like you're changing anything? You're not changing anything. You want to change something? Well, nothing's going to change about that ball in the middle of the floor until somebody actually gets their hands on the ball. Until somebody's actually in the game and putting their hands on the ball. You got to touch the ball. Somebody just needs to walk up and pick the ball up and move it out of the middle of the floor. Problem solved. All of that's done. You understand what I'm saying? So that's kind of how you change the world. You change the world by keeping it simple and actually just affecting what you can affect directly. Directly. One person at a time. That one person that you're responsible and in control of is you. If your whole entire world around you is chaotic, if you're in control of you, you're in control. Because ultimately, best case, the only thing that you can control is you. You control you. You control your world in any situation. As long as you exercise control of you, you control your situation. No matter what the framework is or where they've dropped you into or whatever you're in the midst of, if you're in control, you're in control. You're in control. The rest of it's an illusion. If you think in other situations that you have more control, whatever, you really don't. Having control of you is a huge thing. Most people do not have full control of themselves. Think about that before you give me a knee-jerk response and disagree with me. Think about it. If you are in control of you, you're in control of all you can ever have to control. And if you want to walk over and pick the ball up out of the middle floor because you don't think it belongs there and everybody agrees with you, then be the first responder, man. Put your hands on the ball. Get in the game. Get in the game, put your hands on the ball, get up off the seats, get out of the bleachers, come down to the court, pick the ball up. That's how you change the world. That's how you change the world. You be true to yourself. You live within the world you want to live in. You live there. Live it. It's your life. Not tomorrow, not 10 years from now, not someday. Today, right now. Right now. You want a world where people aren't going hungry? Share some of the food you have. Feed somebody if you see somebody hungry. And I know there are people say, oh, you can go all the way to the other side of the world, there's people starving. There's people starving right next door, there's people starving right here. We can't take care of our own society here. Can't take care of our own. We're a long ways from saving the world. We barely save ourselves. We're just floating around. We're not in control of shit. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. You want to change? You want to change the world? One person, one act at a time. That's how you do it. If everybody thought that way, everybody controlled themselves, everybody lived within the world that they want to be in, you would change the world. You can change your world right now. If you want to do something, do it. Get your hands on the ball.